How many times are you going to keep going through a storm and not be prepared for it? How many times are you willing to stay stuck in the storm without the right people around you to get you to the next level on where you want to go and where you need to be in life so you can walk in your purpose on purpose? My name is Kenneth Allen Thomas, leadership coach. They also call me the dancing dad here on the internet somewhere. And I want to give you guys some tips and tools for preparing for the storm and some things that I actually went through in my own life that helped me and my family when we went through our own storm when my son was battling leukemia just a few years ago, and how we got through it, how we're getting through it, and how we keep going and pushing to the next level. In this video, I'm going to give you guys 5 tips, tools, and strategies that are going to help you in your storm. Maybe you're going through a storm right now. Maybe there's a storm that you're facing in the future and you have no idea that it's actually coming. Maybe it's a storm that you have been through already and you still are not actually over it. Well, I'm going to give you guys the tips and tools that help me and help my family, especially when my son Kristian was battling leukemia some years back, and helped us get through that crazy storm that we were in. All right, are we ready? Here we go. Boom. All right, tips in preparing for the storm. Number 1, you got to remain sober-minded. You got to remain sober-minded. So many people get caught up in their feelings, in their emotions, right? Let me ask you a question. When the storm hits, when everything is flaring up, when everything is going crazy, are you going to keep your composure? Or are you going to be drunk off your emotions? I said, are you going to keep your composure, or are you going to be drunk off of your emotions? And so many people in life get drunk off their emotions, and as soon as something hits, they panic, they go crazy, they want to sit here and throw a fit. They want everybody to give them a piece of their mind. Let me tell you a quick story. When my son was diagnosed with leukemia some years back, the first thing I did was I removed myself from the room. The reason why I removed myself from the room is because I didn't want to make any emotional decisions on how we were going to attack this thing mentally. This is so important for your personal growth, okay? When things happen, when tragedy strikes, you got to make sure that you are in the right frame of mind, because your decisions can impact everyone else that's following you. You as the leader, all right? Your decisions can impact everyone else that is following you. And oftentimes when we panic and we go crazy, if people hold you to a high standard and they hold you to high value, they're going to sit there and panic as well too. And that's not what you want, because guess what? Your panic level, right, can sit here and set off their panic level and take things to a level that you guys have no idea will disperse in a way that can cause so much more drama and trauma in your life. So remain sober-minded. And what I did with my son, I went to my family, I said, listen, we're going to pray around Kristian, we're going to set a positive atmosphere. So maybe you own a business, maybe you're an entrepreneur, maybe you are an executive and everything at your job and in your career, and your team oftentimes may not be in the right frame of mind when it comes to executing certain projects and executing certain tasks, right? Set the atmosphere for them. What is that thing that they love to do, right? What is their favorite song? Maybe your favorite song. What sets the mood right? By remaining sober-minded, you can attack a situation by setting up the atmosphere inside this person's life so that they can then move forward and elevate to the next level. Number two is be a tone setter, not a tone breaker. Like I just said, you got to set the tone. You got to set the atmosphere. When the doctors came in and told us that, listen, Kristian is having AMKL-leukemia, we got to go down and operate on him right away, immediately I had to pull back. And again, had to set the atmosphere. I didn't care if you were a nurse, a doctor, a tech. I didn't care if you were a tarantula. You come into this hospital room, you gotta have a positive atmosphere. But that started with me. It started from within, okay? We can't continue to go around blaming people for our own problems when we are the ones making the decisions, okay? We're the ones that's putting ourselves in position, okay? Now, you may not be in control of the outcome, but you are in control of the preparation and the attention to detail. Okay, but you got to be a tone setter. If you set the tone, right, let everything else play out from there. But by you setting the tone, lets everyone know that, okay, this is the route and the way that we should go. We're going to follow this guy. We're going to follow that girl, because they know exactly what they're doing because they set the tone. So be a tone setter and not a tone breaker. Number 3, evaluate your inner circle like your life depends on it. Evaluate your inner circle like your life depends on it. Listen, I can't tell you how many times, I hear stories of people that have been backstabbed, right? People that have been climbing up the ranks in their careers, climbing up the ranks in what they love to do, and the person that has been with them the entire time backstabs them. You don't want to get backstabbed. So evaluate your circle. like your life depends on it. Do an evaluation on your people every 3 to 4 months. You know, and you don't have to do it like, you know, all up in their face, but just see what they would do every couple of months or every year. Like, evaluate these people that are in your life. Test them. See if they're going to really ride with you all the way through. Test them to see if they're really going to, you know, go to the next level. Or do you even want to be on the level that they're on? See, sometimes we got to remove ourselves to improve ourselves. And sometimes we hang around people so long that it becomes, you know, more detrimental to our own well-being by sticking around in a place where we don't need to be anymore. Maybe you don't need to be in that circle, or maybe this person doesn't need to be in your circle. So evaluate them, evaluate yourself, evaluate where you're at in the world, right? Do you need to be around these people to elevate to the next level? Maybe, maybe not, okay? Number four is this: build your foundation on a rock, not sand. I said build your foundation on rock and not sand. Listen, here's the deal. Here's the harsh reality. The storm's coming to hit us all, okay? The storm is coming to hit us all, guys. Period. It just is. The storm is coming to hit everybody. But the reality is that either you're going to have your house on a rock or you're going to have your house on the sand. Now, if you have your house on a rock, then guess what? You'll be able to withstand the storm. But if you have your house on the sand, then more than likely that storm is going to hit that house, you know, more times than not, and it's going to fall down every single time. And you're going to find yourself in this same struggle over and over again. How many times have you sat there and come up upon a new year or come up upon a new month and you say to yourself, I'm in the same position that I was at last month. I'm in the same position where I was at last week. I'm in the same position where I was at last year. I'm in the same position that I was at 5 years ago, and nothing has moved. Well, guess what? That's because you're sitting there building your house on sand and not a firm foundation on a rock. And I know it may sound crazy, but it's so true. Stop building your house on sand. Stop building a house on sand because it's easier. Stop building your house on sand because, you know, it's more comfortable for you. It's not comfortable going up a rock. It's not comfortable going up a mountain. It's not comfortable doing any of those things, but you got to do it if you want to have a firm foundation, because at the end of the day, the rain falls on the just and the unjust alike. Either you're going to build your house on a rock or you're going to build your house on sand. But I'm telling you one thing is for sure: the storm is coming to hit us and hit us all. Where's your foundation going to be at the end of the day, right? And boom, here's the last thing, guys. Faith without works is dead. Now listen, maybe you're listening to this and you're a non-believer, and that's okay. I'm not here to convert you. I'm not here to force anything on you. But at the end of the day, everybody has a form of faith. Everybody has enough faith for something, right? You had enough faith to watch to the end of this video. You have enough faith to go out and drive to your destination, and you have enough faith to actually get to your destination. You have enough faith in you that you can actually wake up and say, you know what? I'm going to work today. I'm going to eat today. I'm going to exercise today. I'm going to do it. That doesn't take, you don't have to be a strong believer in Christ or anything like that in order to have that form of faith. No, you got faith in yourself that you can actually do it, right? But it doesn't happen unless you actually put in some actual work. It doesn't happen unless you actually, put some movement to the faith, right? Now, for my believers out there, you guys know exactly what I'm talking about. We believe that there's something after this life. If you want something in life, you're going to have to work for it. But just because you work for it doesn't mean it's actually going to happen. There's so many people in this world that have gone through so many different challenges in life. Actors that have faith in themselves of being an actor, but they just didn't put the work in. Or they put the work in being an actor and they just didn't have the faith. You understand what I'm saying? I had faith that my son was going to beat cancer, but I had to put the work in to help him beat cancer. I said I had faith in my son, and I had faith in God that my son was going to defeat cancer, but I had to put the work in for him to defeat cancer. And what do you mean by the work? I had to set the atmosphere. I had to be a tone setter and not a tone breaker. I had to be somebody that was going to be influential in my son's life to give him the right mindset, to get his mind off of the pain so that we can move forward. I had to help make sure that the room was set for my wife to clear out the depression, to clear out the anxiety, to make sure that all my children, was set. I had to make certain decisions. I had to have enough faith in God that he was going to take care of us financially, that we were going to go ahead and get through and get to that next level. So listen, guys, I don't know where you're at in life. And I don't know, what storm may come your way. I know we all faced the storm when a couple years ago in 2020. I know we're all probably going to be facing the storm with the gas prices and everything and the way inflation is going up. But here's the thing. Here's what I know to be true, is that you got to have some faith in something. You got to have some faith in something. And if you made it to the end of this video, it means that you need some sort of faith. And it means that you need this in your life. Your team needs this type of motivation, this type of inspiration, this type of influence in your life. Listen, I don't know where you at, and I don't know why you're here, but I do know that this is for you. So go ahead in the comments below. Tell me how you feel. Let me know if this hit home for you. Let me know if this is more of what you need, not just for you, but for your family, not just for your workplace, but for you personally. All right. Again, my name is Kennith Allen Thomas. Y'all can hit me up, KennethAllenThomas.com. Boom. You can catch me on Instagram as well too, @KennyClutch. Go ahead, like, share, subscribe, all that good stuff. And like I always say at the end of every video, when we change the mind, we change the game. Yesterday is gone, tomorrow worry about itself, and today is all we got. And if today is all we got, impact today the best way you know how. One love.